Hi everybody, I'm here to report on last night's 2-each draw at Tannadice. If you heard me the last time, I was in two minds whether to actually continue reporting on these awful games. So I am doing it today, but very quickly because it's just the same old. Well, I say that, but at least last night, apparently, we had 30 odd shots at goal and 10 on target. And yet, the only two goals we scored, one was the penalty and one was a 30-yard screamer. So you might be wondering, well, what happened to all these other shots on target, which were inside the box, sometimes feet away from the goal line? Just sums us up on and our strikers. I mean, four strikers who got parts of the game, if not the whole game, they all missed a sitter each. I mean, Gassama hit the post when he should have put it in the net. Danilo hit the bar, but from one of the other chances, he fluffed his lines and he didn't even get a shot on target from about 4 feet away. Just bounced away from him. Miovski tried a little flick to put it into the net when he should have just put his laces through it, and that came to nothing. And of course, Chernobyl, Chermite, although people are calling him Chernobyl now, he missed the sitter of the season, probably. Nice cross into the box from Bayrami. He's on the 6 yard line, diving header, nobody near him, just get anything on it, and it's in the net. The goal is on the goal line, and it whizzed by his forehead, if it even did that. I mean, how he didn't get his head on that is just ridiculous. A schoolboy, one of the women's team would have put that in the net. So I'm calling him Chernobyl from now on. I mean, I spent 2 years calling Dessers Drossers, so he deserved that less than this Chernobyl guy does. So each of the strikers misses a sitter. We hit the woodwork. 30 odd shots at goal, and we need a 98th minute penalty to get a draw at Tannadice. So that sums us up. And in fact, by the way, the penalty, that's the kind of penalty I hate to see, even when it's us getting it. It's one of these ones, two players going for the same ball, and one player kicks the other one in the foot because they're going to try and kick the ball at the same time. And a split second means one of them gets there before the other. And in this case, thankfully for us, it was Aarons who actually got to the ball a split second before he was kicked in the foot by the Dundee United guy. Should never be a penalty, but that's what happens every time now. Penalty when it should be an accidental collision. There's no menace, there's no intent, and it's just completely accidental. Talking about split seconds making a difference, so we were very lucky, although that is the rule these days, but we were lucky it actually happened to salvage a draw. Not that it makes any difference. Everybody else drew in the league, apart from Celtic, of course, they win all the time, but everybody else drew with each other, so there's no ground lost in that sense either, although we could have made up even more ground on Hearts if we'd managed to win that game with one of the 30 odd efforts at goal. So attacking wise, striking wise, dead loss, just hopeless. And then at the other end, it shows up the worst features of these players, this group of players. No conviction, no determination, no guts, no real effort in the two goals that we lost. The first one, the guy who scores, he gets it out in the wing on the halfway line and he just runs up the wing with Fernandez. Don't ask me where Magoma was. Fernandez basically running alongside him, a couple of feet away. Didn't bother sliding in, didn't bother putting a foot in, didn't even bother shoving him off the ball, when he was like 10 yards in, now a half. No, he just trots along beside him, letting him get into the box. Did he think, well, this guy's not going to score, Super Jack will save it, I'll just let him run into the box and shoot, which he did. He chipped it nicely into the goal. But you've got to tackle that guy at some point. You can't just accompany him as he runs towards our goal with nobody between him and the goalkeeper. Just farcical. But it's the lack of conviction, the lack of effort, just no common sense either. So that was the first goal. The second goal, I don't know if that was even worse actually, because the guy got the ball outside our box. Who was the first one? I think he beat Bayrami, went by Bayrami. Miovski tried to pull him back, couldn't do that. Raskin came towards him, stuck out I don't even think he did stick out a lazy foot. He just kind of sort of stood there and watched him go past him. And then I think it was Giga turned his back on the shot as it fizzed into the net. So this guy went by 3 of our players and not one proper tackle in the course of that action. Not one. Nobody even tried to throw themselves in front of him or foul him even. Do anything, get a foot and just let him go by you. Make sure you don't touch him, because that's what everybody else does in this league, isn't it? Can you imagine one of the other guys waltzing by 3 guys just in the edge of the box? So absolutely shocking defending. But as I say, it sums up our players lacking guts, determination, conviction, no real effort to stop something at any cost, unlike all the other players in our league. That's the difference. Take any defenders from any of these other teams and somebody would have stopped that guy by hook or by crook. But no, he waltzes by 3 of us. 4th guy turns his back on the shot and it's in the net. So that sums us up as a group of players. Absolutely gutless losers. So nothing's going to change until we get rid of half of them at least. I don't know what to say. It's bad. It's a bad day when Bayrami is your best player, the empty shirt, but he actually was the best player. So what does it take for somebody like Lyle Cameron to get a run out? Because he can't be worse than the Asgards of the world and the Diamandis and all these people. So anyhow, a draw. Nothing changes in terms of the league table. It might change on Saturday night though, because can you see this group of losers doing anything against Kilmarnock in December at 8 o'clock at night on a plastic pitch? I guess half of them will be turning up today injured. Oh, I'm not fit for Saturday night, because that's what they are, gutless losers, and we just won't be able to get rid of them. That's the biggest tragedy. It's not like you can get rid of them at the end of a contract or get money for them. So we're stuck with them until January. Hopefully we could get even just 2 or 3 proper players that might galvanise some of the others and might allow Danny Rule to implement some kind of pattern, some kind of plays that suit everybody and get the whole thing rolling forward rather than just stuttering from one result to another. So now, terrible display, all these shots at goal, 10 on target, 2 goals as I've said, and we come away with 1 point. And I suppose that's better than losing, but that's the only positive I can think of from that terrible, terrible display last night.